What is up, YouTube? Welcome to the Extra Point episode 49. One away from 50. I'm Hunter, along with Nick.
That's right. That's my name.
What's up?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing great. You're happy that Boston won?
I'm happy that Boston won. That's right. Beat the Rays. Y'all's projected AL representatives in the World Series. Took them down. I didn't even need 5 games. Only needed 4, baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm glad y'all
Feels
played them
great.
because we would have gotten raped. 12-0, 13-0,
possible.
8-0, and done.
It's possible.
It's probable.
I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. But you didn't play them, so you don't have to worry about it.
Don't. It's fine. So, yeah, welcome to the Extra Point where we talk about football and not fucking baseball. But baseball's a great sport.
Got to represent, you know.
Yeah, it is. All right, so we got to do something good for episode 50 next week.
Okay, what are we going to do?
We'll talk about it off camera. Maybe have some callers.
I'll have some people come in.
Yeah, a good bit of them,
I'll
possibly.
I'll get up with Tom.
All right.
Brady. See, I know he'll be tired probably from a long day.
Yeah.
We record pretty late.
I'll get with John Gruden.
Yeah, I want to see how he's feeling after his release, which we'll talk about today, actually.
Yeah, poor guy.
Yeah, no, we'll get some guys on next week. That'd be cool.
Sounds good.
How about a Cardinals fan? I don't think we know any of those, do we?
We know some annoying ones. Well, an annoying one.
We sure do.
And then Arizona Animal.
That guy doesn't count.
All right. So, yeah, we have a couple topics here, y'all, for today. But the first one that we're going to be talking about is what is wrong with the fucking Chiefs. What is wrong with the Chiefs at 2-3? And are the Chargers going to win the AFC West? They're looking like one of the best teams in the league, if not the best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Chiefs, what the fuck's wrong? And the Chargers, killing it. What you got?
It's not that hard to figure out. All you got to do is watch the game, and you can tell. But I'll throw a couple stats. This is the biggest one. It's pretty simple, okay?
All right, let me hear.
Their offense gets 30.8 points per game.
Mm-hmm.
30. That's great. That's a lot of points per game through the first 5 games. Their defense, however, I'm going to say this. They're 32nd in points allowed per game. Mm-hmm. For all you geniuses out there, there's only 32 teams. So they're fucking awful. They're the worst.
You mean they're last?
Yeah, they're last.
That's what that means. 32 of 32?
32 of 32.
Okay, I mean, that means last. Right,
exactly.
cool.
They're just terrible. They give up 32 points per game.
It's good.
How they even won 2 games, I have no fucking idea. Because they give up more than they get. That's typically the result of a loss every week. Mm-hmm. But they got a couple wins.
Oh, I know how they did. They played the Browns. And then they played the Eagles. Browns are pretty good.
That's true. And then they play one of the best teams in the league against the Bills and got obliterated.
I called that.
You did.
Yep.
You did. Well, you're also a Josh Allen guy. Even if the Chiefs were 4-0, you probably would have called that.
I mean, no, but I do love Josh Allen.
You do love Josh. I like him now, too. I hate he's in my division, but I like him. But also, real quick, if you want to talk about defense, now's the time. I was going to transition to offense. You got anything to say about that awesome defense of theirs?
Well, we know their defense has been great for the past 3-4 years.
Yeah, they've been so
under the
good.
Mahomes era, their defense has been great. It's not like they rely totally on Mahomes in their offense.
No, they don't need 35 a game to win.
No,
just like 33.
Their defense has been great. I'm exaggerating a lot.
Right.
They fucking
Sarcasm
suck.
is awesome.
They suck.
Sarcasm.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah.
So the defense is trash. Like you said, they are the worst in the league at 32.6, right?
That's right.
Points per game. They are second worst in the league in yards allowed.
Yep.
Worst in the league in points allowed. Fourth worst against the run. And fourth one against the pass. So, yes, they suck. However, allowing 29 to the Browns. You got to look at the teams they're playing. Offenses. Browns' offense is pretty good. 29 points allowed with them.
Eagles' offense is not good at all, in my opinion, and they gave up over 30.
Getting to them, Nick. You're going over my head here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I'm going in order. I'm going in order. I got to build it up.
Go ahead.
All right. So the Browns 29 points. They got Nick Chubb, Baker Mayfield, Odell. It sucks, but anyway, their offense is pretty good. You got the Ravens. Their offense has been pretty good for a couple years now. Lamar Jackson, we thought, was not going to pick it up in the passing game, but he has. He's been doing
Best
really good.
passing season he's had
Surprising us and making the doubters and the haters wrong, like us.
Mm-hmm.
But they allowed 36 points to them. Good offense. Chargers, they allowed 30. We'll talk about them in a minute. They're fucking great. The Bills, 38. Josh Allen, that's my boy. Has been since he got drafted. And then, the Eagles, they don't have a good offense. However, they just kicked our ass. Talk about
Not
that.
offensively, though. But
Right, but we'll talk about that later. But so it don't matter who you play. Your defense has got to be stout. Period. Right. The end.
Defense
wins.
still wins championships. Ask the Bucks. Ask any team that's won a fucking Super Bowl the last 50-something years.
I have to agree with you. Yeah, they do. But their defense is just fucking awful. I mean, you can't rely solely on Mahomes. Even though their offense is pretty good, they still score fucking over 30 points a game, but you can't fucking do it. So.
And they have good... listen, Frank Clark, Chris Jones, and Tyrann Mathieu could be three of the best at their positions.
Right.
The drop-off is crazy after those three.
Exactly. It's a team
Daniel
effort.
Sorensen? Are you kidding me? How's that guy still a starter on that team? He's been awful for about 4 years now. And he's still a starting defensive back on that damn Chiefs team. I don't get it.
Not to mention you got Anthony Hitchens. I think is he 50 yet?
I don't even know what the fuck that is. If you want to put that, who the fuck's that guy?
He used to be pretty good.
Oh,
he's
used to be.
Yeah, he's
And he plays for the Chiefs. That makes sense.
L'Jarius Sneed as their starting corner.
Willie Sneed's brother. I don't know.
God knows. Mike
Maybe.
Hughes.
Sure, yeah, that guy.
I'm looking at the depth chart. I don't know any of these people. I know Chris Jones, Frank Clark, Anthony Hitchens, Tyrann Mathieu, Daniel Sorensen.
Yeah. Most average
Travarius Ward.
Okay, I've heard of him. That doesn't mean anything good. I've heard of him.
Alex Okafor. There's another one. Their defense is fucking horrible. I mean, and they invested some draft picks a couple of years ago, or the past 2-3 years, on defense, but obviously that hasn't turned out very well.
And then half of those players you pointed out are all off-season acquisitions.
Exactly.
So
defense sucks, but you want to go with the offense now?
Just a little bit because, they get 30 points a game, right? There's still not that great a production, in my opinion, in the run game. And offensively, the best teams still have a good run game. Unless you're the Bucks and you're playing the Dolphins, in which case you can just do whatever the fuck you want. But that doesn't happen every week. So here's my problem. In 5 games, the Patriots have a bad offense, I would think. But even we have a better rushing game than the fucking Chiefs. In 5 games, they only have 3 rushing touchdowns.
That's no surprise.
It's not a surprise, but it's been that way since Mahomes has been there.
Yep, they are one-dimensional.
And they haven't changed or fixed it at all. And I thought Edwards-Helaire was pretty good last year, but they just don't run it. They don't run the fucking football. And then they've got their offensive line, I still think, is pretty damn good. They got a good run blocker in Joe Tooney. I know about him. He's great. He was with us for 4 seasons, helped us win Super Bowls, right? They just don't run the fucking football. No. They actually have several good games on the season for yards, but it's limited rushes. They've only broke 30 attempts like 3 times in the last 2 seasons rushing.
That's running the clock out most of the time as
well.
Yeah,
probably. Yeah. So they got to run the ball more. I think they could be a good rush team. They just don't do it. I don't know who really is calling plays. I think it's Andy Reid.
It's Andy.
So that's the guy I'm going to blame it on. Is Andy Reid.
It is.
He just loves Pat Mahomes throwing too much. He's got to give Pat Mahomes a chance to not have to throw the ball 50 times a game and be one-dimensional.
Yeah. I mean, yes, they are one-dimensional. Like we said with the Ravens, how they ran the ball a lot. Yep. They're a one-dimensional team. When they pass it, they lose. The time we said that, the year we said that, we both thought that the Titans were going to beat them in the playoffs 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Lamar Jackson had 56 pass attempts that game.
49% completion.
They scored 13 points.
Yep.
So, just like right now, they cannot run the ball, or they do not run the ball. I don't even think they'd be a good run team, to be honest with you.
You don't think so? I think they got the defensive, the offensive running backs to do it, and the decent line. I mean,
I believe it.
They got Kelsey can probably block a little bit. I mean,
I don't know what it is. I just don't. I feel like the reason they don't run the ball is because they can't run the ball. I don't know why, but that's because I figured Andy Reid, being the smart head coach he is,
you're right,
the smart offensive play caller he is, would figure that fucking
give
shit
him the
out.
benefit of the doubt. He is a Super Bowl champion coach.
Could you look up what their rushing yards a game is, or not yards a game, average carry, possibly?
No idea. Sure, yeah, go ahead.
All right, so yeah. Also, John and Drew both came up with this topic idea. John said, he thinks that Patrick Mahomes is overrated.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't want to say he's overrated. He's a great quarterback. He can throw the ball a fucking mile, accurate on a dime, make some great plays.
Yeah.
But he did make a good stat.
Oh, I love
come
this
up with a good stat.
That's right.
Last year, Patrick Mahomes was top 3 in turnover-worthy plays with 23. Now, me and you have both said that when he gets under pressure or he's getting rushed outside the pocket, whatever, he fucking throws the damn ball, and 9 times out of 10 it should be picked off, but he sees Tyreek Hill's scary little fucking ass down the field, comes down with it, blah, blah, ball goes through a defensive player's hands, and it's a completion. He does this shit all the time.
Yeah.
And especially his first year, he would chunk that bitch straight down the fucking field, not even blinking an eye, and 9 times out of 10, it was a completion. So,
I agree.
I think he's just fucking lucky as shit. I'm not saying he's bad, but he does get lucky, and with that scheme, it works. What did you see about the Chiefs?
Shockingly, I'm kind of impressed. 5.1 yards a carry at 640 rushing yards. So they're actually they're like 8th in the league in rushing numbers. I don't know. When I looked up the numbers earlier, I didn't realize that. I just looked at a couple of games I saw that were pretty awful where they didn't break 30. Now, granted, that 30 mark does span to 2020. So
okay. Well, they also were probably playing down in those games.
Possibly.
Which is surprising with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now, they play Washington in Week 6. They can bounce back against them. They got a great defense, but Washington defense can't.
What a fucking disappointing fucking team.
Oh, yeah, you're telling me.
Defensively, anyway. Offense is about average. But
in 2 of my 6 fantasy leagues, I got them as my defense.
Yeah,
so
same.
You're fucking telling me. They were projected 4th in the league. So, yeah, the Chiefs, I don't think Patrick Mahomes is necessarily bad. I don't think he's overrated. It's just that defense is just fucking awful. Mm-hmm. And they're going to squeak into the playoffs, obviously. It's the fucking Chiefs.
Yeah.
But they ain't getting far.
A little quick snippet for you. In the 3 losses they have, because they're 2-3, in those games, Pat Mahomes thrown 5 picks. He already has 6 picks on the season. Last season, they went to the Super Bowl, obviously. He had 6 picks in the whole season. So he's off to the worst start of his career, which is a young career. And it's still a decent start. He's got 16 fucking touchdowns. But a lot of turnovers.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
So, going to the Chargers, I think we both know why the Chargers are killing it. Can we say it on 3? 1, 2, 3.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah. All right.
That's the only thing I have about this whole segment is Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert, 1,576 passing yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 picks, a 104 rating. They are just fucking killing it on offense.
They are. He and Dak are like twins right now. Statistically, they're almost like twins. 13 touchdowns, 3 picks. High rating of average, right just over 100, 104. Mm-hmm. It's one of the best in the league. He's top 4 in almost every statistical category, and they're putting up 40-point games. I mean, let's go down the line here. Week 1 or their last win was in a shootout, almost 100 points, right? 47-42. They beat the Cleveland Browns. Mm-hmm. Then you got Kansas City, 30-24. That was a clutch win, awesome win. I thought it was a great win. Now it's looking like just a decent win, seeing how the Chiefs are playing. And then he had 2 fourth quarter touchdowns against the Raiders on Monday Night Football last week. Sunday Night Football, sorry.
Good for them.
So, they're putting up a lot of good points, man. He's just a playmaker. And I said it, only 3 picks, dude, the turnovers. He's so good. People forget this is his second year, right? Mm-hmm. Rookie of the year last year. We thought Joe Burrow would probably win it if he played because he was playing really well to start last season. And he's playing like a 6-year veteran. He really is.
He is.
He's so comfortable. And I'll give him this. He's got weapons. He's got Keenan Allen. Super underrated. I mean, this guy can get 10 catches a game. I think he almost does. He's got probably the biggest receiver in fucking football, Mike Williams. I don't know what he is, but he fucking looks about 6'4", and he's got big hands, tall, red zone threat. He's got Austin Eckler, who's one of the best running backs, dual threat running backs in the game. He's got a decent O-line. Their defense is suspect, though. Their defense is suspect. You had mentioned they were average, and then you said, was it rushing or passing that they're the worst in the league at?
Rushing.
The worst defensive...
Worst defense against the run. Yeah.
That tells you how good Herbert's playing.
Yep.
He's got nothing on the other side. The other team probably scores every other time they have the ball.
Yeah.
So that's what he's got to work with. And they're still winning. They're 4-1.
And when you are the worst defense against the run, you don't win many games.
There's no way. You shouldn't.
You don't control the clock. You don't control the game. So your offense doesn't come on the field. And they still score over fucking 30 points a game.
And when they do, they got to be perfect, man.
Which is impressive.
It's
they score every
awesome,
fucking drive. Yeah,
Yep.
they have to.
That's right.
They have to. I want to go back and look at the time of possession in these games because they got to be losing it.
Which is really fucking impressive.
They got to be. It is impressive. So
it must come down to turnovers. It really should. It has to.
Yeah. Justin Herbert, killing it. But Brandon Staley, their head coach, fucking killing it as well. The balls that it takes to have these calls. He had the call against the Ravens, right? Was it the Ravens?
Which one?
The 4th down. Going for it to end the game. Yep. He just had one last game, too. Fucking killing it. I mean, granted, if we say that he's... Or when he calls these plays and it goes the opposite way, the bad way in the Chargers, we're going to say it was fucking stupid. But...
That's how it always is.
To have it's either to have trust in your offense and Justin Herbert, which I believe it is, or you don't have a lot of trust in your defense.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's it. But Justin Herbert's killing it. Brandon Staley, good job for on you for the head coach. But yeah, even their offense rushing the ball, averaging 4.3 yards a carry, killing it in that category. Their defense is top 10 against the pass, but worse against the rush.
Yeah.
And like you said, the weapons. Austin Eckler, elusive back. He doesn't look elusive.
He looks like a
power back.
He does. He's even got that big neck thing, a little neck pad. But he breaks tackles. He's fast, dude. That guy's something. He is weird though. Mm-hmm. He's bald, so he takes his helmet off. You're like, damn, this guy played fullback or something.
He doesn't.
Nah, dude, he's a fast.
He doesn't look like an elusive running back. And then Jared Cook's killing it too.
Oh yeah,
I love Jared Cook.
Yep,
he's been great.
He's been great for a couple different teams.
Yeah,
Raiders.
But yeah, so do you think they're going to win the AFC West?
It'll be close. I'm interested to see what the Raiders do their second matchup.
Right.
Because 28-14, a couple possession game isn't that big, and they were a few plays away. The Raiders were from making that a close game just a couple weeks ago. So, that will be their only competition right now. Unless the Chiefs randomly decide to change their identity completely, like we've been talking about, or their defense magically just gets a lot fucking better, they're not going to be in it. It'll just be the Raiders. The Raiders are their only competition, and that's good competition. But I still think they'll win.
Now, how odd is that not to say the Chiefs are in there? I
mean, most of our lives we said that, right? They've only been good for, 2 years, 3 years. I'll give them 3 years,
Like AFC that good.
Yeah, it's weird.
They always make it to the playoffs. They lose that
because you look at the stars on their team, they have arguably the best quarterback, probably the best quarterback in football, arguably the best tight end in football, great offensive line, they got a great head coach, they got this super fast receiver, and that's all you hear about are those three. And then even defensively, they got 3 all-pro players, like first-team all-pro players. Yeah. And you go, how are they so bad? Well, that's all they got.
Is it safe to say that teams figured out how to beat them?
I was going to talk about that earlier, but then, the picks are bad, but, he's still about almost 70% completion. Yeah. Leads the league in touchdowns, 30 points a game. It's...
Let's give it a couple weeks and then come back to that.
I was going to say that about the Chargers as well. 'Cause I don't want to do this to them because I hate the fucking Cardinals in Kingsbury, as you know. But it's almost got that feeling, like kind of Kyler Murray, like, oh, they're good. They started 5-2 last season. The Cardinals did, and they were looking the same way. They were winning, they're tied for their division lead. You're like, damn. And then shit hit the fan, right? Yeah. So we got to see what happens. I don't have a look at their schedule, so I don't really know how that's going to go down the road. But that could change too.
Yeah, I mean, I think they will win the AFC West. I don't think the Ravens are gonna, or not Raiders are gonna really contest with them. I mean, they'll be up there, but I don't think they're gonna be anywhere near the Chargers.
Yeah, Derek Carr kind of came back to earth a little bit as well.
But yeah, so I think the Chargers are the shit. Chiefs fans, don't panic yet. I think y'all are all right.
Panic. I love when they panic.
Yeah, I don't like hype, and they're getting hyped up
Yeah.
to the T, or they've been hyped up for the T to the T.
Yeah.
All right, second topic. We're gonna go with Urban Meyer. All right, and we're gonna go with the Jags.
Dude.
Will the Jaguars and Urban Meyer win a game? Brought to you by Braylon. Braylon wanted us to talk about them. Will they win a game, or will they go 0-17?
Okay, truth be told, I didn't look at their schedule. However, if they won a game, I wouldn't be too surprised.
Right.
Simply because, there's a lot of bad teams in the league. They're bound to play a couple of them. Their first half, I'd say all the way, they had 3 close quarters with the Titans this past week. Fourth quarter, game was over, blew it up. But they're competitive. They're slightly competitive.
Yeah.
They have a chance to win a game or two. I think the losing streak, was it 20 games now after last week?
20, yeah.
20 going back to the last seasons. I think that'll end. But that'll be it. And I'm sorry to say, even next year, I don't know if they're going to get any better or much better. Obviously, their offense on paper, I think, is pretty good. Trevor Lawrence is doing okay, I think, as a rookie. I mean, doing pretty good.
He makes some great throws. Dumb mistakes, but great throws.
Dumb mistake, yeah. Sounds like an athletic rookie to me.
It is.
Dude, if you can compare anyone to Josh Allen, it's Trevor Lawrence. They could be twins without the hair and the look. Literally,
that's sunshine.
They're like the same sign. Yeah.
Remember the Titans, sunshine.
That's right,
That's Trevor Lawrence.
sunshine. Dude, he's gonna be good. And their weapons are pretty good too, man. I didn't know Marvin Jones was that nice because he played for the fucking Lions. We should have talked about the Lions again. Oh my god. What happened to them was so heartbreaking, dude. I could literally almost cried. I felt so bad. But that's for another day.
Yeah.
So, their offense has potential. I don't know. Quite literally, I don't know anyone on their defense. I have no idea about their defensive roster. And the big question...
CJ?
Oh, yeah. Well, they got Dan Arnold now, so they're good, right? He's actually a pretty good tight end.
He is.
Still a terrible trade for them, though. Their biggest thing, though, of all that said, is the coach, Urban Meyer. I don't want to talk about him, the weird stuff he does off the field, because it really doesn't matter at all. It's still odd and
we were a week
inappropriate.
Too late. We're a week too late for that.
Yeah. But, dude, since he made that comment that you love to point out about, he thinks it's like playing Alabama every week.
That was going to be my opening
It's
line.
it's like playing in the NFL.
Yep.
He's just... And you could see, it's physically, you could see him on the sideline. He'll stress out. And he just looks worried. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He's just guessing. Yeah, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just not, he's not ready for NFL. I'm sorry.
He isn't.
He's not. I mean, even Nick Saban, one of probably the greatest college coach of all time, negative below 500 record in 2 seasons with the Dolphins. Didn't win any big games ever.
Nope.
So it'll be the same way. If he's not, they'll probably give him the rest of the year, right? They'll probably give him this year. Mm-hmm. If he has the same results next year, that dude's gone. And they're going to have to find somebody else for the 20th time in that franchise's fucking short career.
At least they got a good quarterback. They don't have to switch a quarterback up.
Well, they got that figured out. Yeah, but they got to
2 years.
Quarterback can't just learn everything by himself. He's got to have a coach.
Blake Bortles for 3. Oh, who else was their quarterback? Fuck.
Glennon?
Lincoln.
1 point?
Glennon?
Yeah.
Glennon? No, that was Tampa.
Point?
That was Tampa. Who was before Blake? Fuck. I know his name, but I can't remember. Anyway, fuck it. Yeah. Urban Meyer played another Alabama-type team this week in Tennessee. He's going to have to play 31 more in his NFL career.
He won't make it that far.
No. So I don't think that Urban Meyer would get fired based on how he coaches, because he's a good coach. Maybe not in the NFL, but he's a good coach in general. I think he's going to get fired, if anything, if he does get fired, over his off the field, coaching style, or quit because of his coaching style off the field, and just overall, what am I trying to say? Mentality, coaching mentality.
Because you kind of opposite ways on that one.
You got to look at the NFL. You're coaching a bunch of. You're coaching 52, 53 adults, 21 to 40 years old adults, okay, that are getting paid millions and millions of dollars more than you. College, you're coaching a bunch of kids, and you are the dictator. You decide if they're starting. You decide if they're going to make the team. You decide if they're getting scholarships. You decide if they're traveling with you. You decide everything about their lives, and pretty much the school or the football at the school.
That's true.
In the NFL, completely different. So you look at Pete Carroll. He failed the first time, but he came back, and he was a good player coach.
Mm-hmm.
All right, he cares for his players. His players like him. Matt Rule. So far, he's doing good.
Okay, let me pause you on both those because that Matt Rule's a good one too. The personality of those two, though, is... Listen, you're not going to see either one of those two getting grinded on by some random fucking 50-year-old hoe in a club. You know what I mean? Like, he's... it's really kind of unique personality that he has.
Yeah. But I'm not going to go with that. But yes, you're right. But anyway, they're good... They connect with their players, is what I'm trying to say. They connect with their players in a good way. All right, they're a player coach. I don't think is a player's coach. All right, you've seen Matt Rule. Players love him.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll, his players love him.
Yeah, absolutely.
C.J. Henderson left because of Urban Meyer. He wanted to get traded because of Urban Meyer. Urban Meyer didn't travel with his team on the loss against the Bengals. He wanted to go hang out. Did you not hear?
What? Is that what happened?
Yes.
What the fuck?
He did not travel on the plane to go back home with his team. He stayed behind.
He's just not invested, is he, man? No. Damn.
So
I didn't know that.
I don't think, even Jim Harbaugh, he did good in the NFL, but why did he quit? Why did he leave the NFL?
Because he's not as good as his brother.
Yeah, but he didn't connect with the players.
Yeah, I know. By the way, John is a great player coach.
Exactly.
Lamar Jackson loves him.
That is why I think he'll either quit or he'll be fired, is because of the players and the mentality of coaching.
Yeah.
So, when it comes to will the Jaguars and Urban Meyer win a game, they play the Jets in Week 16. Unless they get lucky until then, no, I don't think so. They play the Jets in Week 16. They lead the NFL in turnovers. Yes, that's Trevor. A lot of it's Trevor Lawrence. Almost all of it's Trevor Lawrence, but athletically gifted quarterbacks, rookies are coming in the NFL. They're going to try to make plays, and sometimes they can't do it because it's the NFL and not college. Their passing, I think, sucks.
He can do it, though.
He can, but...
Yeah, no, I understand. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
It's just like Josh Allen. It's going to happen. It couldn't be next year. He could pop off.
Right.
Yeah.
They have to get better. So I'm not going to put the blame on him. However, Bengals game really pissed me off.
Why?
When I was watching that game...
Because they blew it?
Well, yeah. But, dude, I'm telling you, they've got some good receivers on paper. It looks like. But they are having a fucking shitty year at the receiving position. They really are. They can't get off the fucking line. If you watch these games, dude, these receivers get jammed at the line and they don't get open until Trevor has 17 fucking people in his damn face, including his own offensive line. It's sad. His receivers need to get open.
Well, let's consider this, okay? Let's consider this. He's a rookie. And I'm going to get a little selfish here with my team. All right? A lot of rookies can't read a defense that well and aren't good at decision-making that fast. Mm-hmm. That's why I'm very pleased with my boy Mac. I think he does a great job. We don't have good receiving core, but he's able to get the ball out fast and make reads. He's probably not making the right reads because, look, Marvin Jones is pretty damn good. I mean, he's been solid anyway. Even with the Lions, he was solid, right? He's his number one guy, apparently, this year. I thought it was Chenault. Chenault, though, still a nice deep threat target, can make plays. They got a decent tight end, I would say, now with Dan Arnold. He's got a decent tight end. I mean, he's got weapons.
How often do y'all air the ball out over 20 yards?
Pretty, average, I guess.
Do you think it's more than the Jags?
No, I don't.
So I think that's based off y'all's scheme. Y'all run a lot of short routes. Players are going to get open.
Okay.
Breaking
So
zones.
then that could also go back to coaching because maybe the scheme isn't fit for the players that are there.
Could.
So,
Could. But, I mean, when I look at Marvin Jones, deep threat. With the Lions, he was a deep threat. Chenault, he's a deep threat. They might not be getting off the ball fast enough. They might not be good at these short routes. That's probably why they can't get off of a fucking corner. And when you go deep and have a shitty offensive line, it doesn't really work out very well.
that's right. You do need time
Yeah.
to throw it.
Which I don't think he has.
No, he doesn't.
He has Andrew Norwell. That's a good guard.
It's a great guard. Yeah.
So I hate it might be the scheme. I'm not saying it's the receiver's fault. However, I think it is a little bit because they can't get off the fucking corner. I mean, when you have Marvin Jones, who's 6'3", 6'4", and you're going up against a 5'10" corner, I would think you'd get open, but whatever. And their rushing is good. They're averaging 5.3 yards a carry. That's good, but sucks when you can't fucking run the ball because you're down.
I fucking forgot about James Robinson.
Yeah, well, they're down. Oh, that was another thing.
Well, go ahead.
Press conference. They asked Urban Meyer, why hasn't James Robinson been getting carries?
What do you say?
I didn't know he did. I didn't know he wasn't.
The head
Or
coach,
that was unaware.
doesn't know?
I'm going to look it up exactly.
You're telling me the head coach of a football team is unaware of the running back usage for a starting running back? You see the theme here? It's circling back, right? It's all about this dumbass coach Meyer. Now I know he got fired. You know he got fired in college. Technically, is it banned or just suspended from NCAA coaching?
Suspended.
Suspended.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I don't think it was for his coaching decision, but like, come on, man. If you don't know your running back's usage on the field, you're a fucking idiot. And I was talking to our good friend PJ about this for fantasy reasons. The last couple games, he's been in the end zone, I think 3 times in the first half of both games. Not 3 in each, but combined, he's been in the end zone 3 times. And he had over 100 rushing yards in the first half of last game, ended with 147. What happened? Where'd it go? And they were competitive with the Titans at that point. Where'd it go? He had, I think it was right at 65 or 70 yards and 2 touchdowns in the Thursday night game against the Bengals, right? Guess what he ended with?
What?
80 yards and 2 touchdowns. Where'd it go? Who came back, right? Who lost the game? I'm just saying. He needs to fucking figure out his running back usage. If he could, maybe they win a fucking game here and there. Because that guy's really damn good.
Yes. I can't find the quote.
It's like the 3rd time we talked about rushing today. Rushing offenses. Because it's important.
It is.
I don't know what it is. If I look up
Manage
the
the
best
game.
rushing team in the league right now, it's probably the Cowboys. Because they've been killing it the last couple weeks. Or the fucking Browns. And those are 2 really good offenses in my opinion. It's one of the 2. So he needs
really
to
good
figure it
offensive
out.
lines as well. Ours would be good if we had a good offensive line.
I'll give you that. Okay, they don't have a great O-line. But he's also a dual threat player. So he can receive in the backfield.
Yeah.
Kind of like our boy Eckler. There's the bowling ball, you know?
Yeah. All right. But yeah, so the Jags, I think they'll win a game maybe week 16. By then, they'll probably break the record for most consecutive losses, right?
What is the record?
I don't know.
Bucks have it.
Oh, really?
Don't they?
I don't know.
The through way back, the beginning of their franchise. I don't know if it was Tampa Bay, but
I have no idea.
yeah.
But they play the Jets in week 16. And they play the Texans in week 15. So.
What a game that'll be.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be great.
Oh, the Texans, yeah.
Both quarterbacks throwing 40 interceptions this year. Let's see how many they can throw against each other. All right. So going on to our next topic. Fuck me. James, our good friend James, and our good friend Zach wanted us to talk about the Panthers. James wanted to talk about the Panthers. Zach wanted to talk about why can't we get any fucking offensive linemen. It's a great question.
Both good topics.
So the question is, are the Panthers still legit? Now I want a Patriots take on this first. Are the Panthers still legit?
From a neutral party, the Panthers are still legit because their defense is still legit. Only thing I could say is Sam Darnold had a bad game against the Eagles. And I thought against the Cowboys, they had a bad game in the front seven. Mm-hmm. That's it. I mean, it's going to happen. They're still really young. They're really young. You like to mention average age 24.
Right.
That's really young.
Yeah. They
have a second-year NFL coach. Mm-hmm. Really young. So there's a lot of those things that they just need to get over. Their quarterback has been in the league a few years, but he's still really young. Mm-hmm. He's still prone to mistakes. So it's just a few things here and there they got to clean up. Other than that, you can just look at it. Their defense is still top 5 in literally every meaningful statistical category. They're top 5 in number 1 in yards allowed passing, number 1 in interceptions still. They're third in a couple other things. So, I mean, their defense is still good enough to keep them as what I expected to be probably a wild card team. So, yeah, I don't think they're overrated. I think they're just as good as they were a few weeks ago when they were 3-0. So, one thing someone did mention, though, and it's probably BS, but it did happen last year and a few years ago. For some reason, you guys like to go on these little losing streaks. And they're not like getting blown out losing streaks, but, what happened to the Eagles, y'all shouldn't have lost. You really outplayed them. Just a couple of bad mistakes.
Right.
You really outplayed them other than the mistakes. If y'all start doing that again, y'all are cursed. Because I think the losing streak thing has happened for a couple seasons in a row. And if y'all lost 2 in a row here, I don't know who you play next week. You need to get a fucking win. If you lose 3 in a row, I'm thinking you're cursed, man. I really am. There's something weird about if y'all lose your first game, you got to lose a couple more. Yeah. I don't know.
Alan brought that up, by the way.
Alan. There's a great point, Alan. They do tend to lose a bunch in a row. So if you guys can avoid that, you'll be fine. But I think it's an overreaction to say that they're in trouble. Like, you're fine. It's okay. And on top of all that, the injuries were kind of a factor as well. Christian McCaffrey, one of the best overall players in the game, still out. I know he's probably could come back next week from what it sounds like. He almost played.
Yeah, he did.
Against the Eagles, so he should be good next week. J.C. Horn's a big loss. You got Gilmore, but he won't be back until after week 6. He's on IR. So you guys got a lot to look forward to down the season when you get healthier. I don't know how long Shaq's out. But that's a big loss because Shaq's having an awesome start to this season, man. He's kicking ass. So injuries don't help it either. So that's something that'll fix over time when they get healthy. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, they're fine. If people are overreacting, it's not a big deal.
I really hope this curse isn't a thing.
I shouldn't have said curse, but
trust me. Before Alan even said it, I knew it. I felt it coming. But anyway, being a Panther fan, that was a very disappointing loss because we should have won that game. Not easily, but we had the win locked up. Yeah. And I love Matt Rule. I love Joe Brady, but that's what we get for playing conservative.
That's true.
We played the John Fox type of game. Back in the day, fucking hated watching those games because that's how it was. We played John Fox. Conservative. And it always bites us in the ass.
Yep.
You got to come up. You got to fucking be aggressive, and you got to attack the damn defense head on instead of playing conservative when you're only up a fucking score or 10 points. So, yes, this loss hurt. Yes, the injuries hurt us. Okay, losing McCaffrey, that sucks. I understand. Losing Shaq, yes, that is our linebacker core right now. That hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, having J.C. Horn out, it's a big punch to the secondary's gut.
Yeah.
We don't have Gilmore yet, so we're a little iffy on corner right now. I say that when we still got Dante and CJ and AJ.
Yeah.
Dante, CJ, AJ. But I'm going to say this. I'm tired of being the offense that relies on McCaffrey solely, and that's it. I want to be able to win a game. I want to be able to go out there and score points on offense without having McCaffrey in the fucking game. Because it seems like every time he's not in the game, Texans barely beat him. Offense, okay? Dallas had to come back. Didn't do shit the first 3 quarters.
Well, I'm gonna because I was gonna argue that and say, well, y'all's offense did pretty good against Dallas, without
later on, when Dallas is playing, like a prevent defense the whole entire time. You're just getting chump change at that point. However, it's good because in a young team, that's what you want to see. You want to see your young team go out there and still fight instead of just give up and be like, well, we lost this shit.
And take advantage of the fact that they were playing conservative.
Right. Which Sam Darnold, I'm gonna highlight him real quick because that shows great leadership in a quarterback. Okay, especially how young he is. He's 24. That speaks volume to me.
Yeah.
Yes, he's thrown 5 interceptions in 2 games. Not good at all. I'm not going to say it's solely on him. Now, what I did see in the Eagles game is everybody but DJ Moore was not getting open. DJ was the only fucking guy that was getting open.
He was the only guy. I don't recall like a big play from any other fucking receiver.
Nope. They were saying Robbie Anderson. They were saying Robbie Anderson doesn't get the touches. Why isn't he getting in touches? Dude, this guy's got to get open.
Yeah.
He has 2 routes in the fucking route tree.
Mm-hmm.
That is a streak
and a deep post,
and a fucking deep poster across him.
Yeah.
Can't fucking do it. He had a damn out route on a 3rd and 10 in the 4th quarter. The last interception that Sam threw, the corner literally walked the fucking route. Or he just walked and put it on. It was the most rounded off fucking out I've ever seen in my life.
Which is weird because you would think that their former connection at New York would have made
but even in New York, he didn't have a lot of routes in the route tree. Now, I need more routes from him that are good. I need more receiver depth, or at least not even depth. Just get the fuck open. I need some people other than DJ Moore to get open. And I want to win a game, and I want to have good offensive, not play call. Well, yeah, play calling because we're too fucking conservative. But I want to win games, not relying on fucking Christian McCaffrey. I'm tired of it. That's not a good offense when you have to rely on a player, especially a fucking running back.
Well, yeah, but also, there's a lot of people. Take out he's y'all's best weapon. So take off any team's best offensive weapon, they're not going to play as good.
You think the Chiefs wouldn't do as good without Tyreek Hill?
He's got 1,000 yards already on the season.
The Titans didn't have AJ or Julio when they won.
Well, they played the fucking Jaguars.
Still.
What do you mean still? At least the Eagles have a good deep. Their offense sucks, but they got a good defense.
The Saints are winning without Michael Thomas.
That guy's overrated as fuck.
They have Kamara, yeah. And that too.
I'm just saying, if you take away the best offensive weapon on any team, they're not going to play as good. And he is y'all's best weapon because he can get, probably, I don't know what he averages. It's probably, I'd say 160 overall yards a fucking game.
It's not good.
Between rushing and receiving.
It's not good for us. It's not good for us. I don't want to rely solely on him. I want more from other guys.
Right, but the problem is
Now I believe DJ can do it, but that's one guy. He can't be open every fucking play. But he can't do what
McCaffrey does because McCaffrey can run and receive.
But he can't get open every play.
I think he can. I think he's good enough.
DJ,
he probably does.
I didn't look into it, but I'm pretty sure he got fucking double teamed the whole entire damn time.
Still had about 6 or 7 catches.
I'm just saying they didn't have to cover anybody else.
I know what you want, but what team really has that? When you take their best offensive weapon out and they play, no team really has that.
I get it. But our offense, I feel, should be good enough to score more than 18 points. Or score more than 7, 8, 9, 10 points against Dallas until the 4th quarter. Come on now. Philly does not have a great secondary. They don't. They have a good front seven.
Secondary, great front seven, though. A couple of those interceptions were pressure picks.
We figured that out.
So...
No, I'm not. Sam didn't have a bad game. Didn't have that bad of a game. Yes, the last interception, that was Robbie. The other 2, one was
bad. One
was his fault.
Yeah.
The other one was pressure, and you could say the one with Robbie was pressure too. So our offensive line still fucking sucks. That's no surprise. But come on now, Dallas doesn't have a great defense. Philly does not have a good secondary.
Yeah.
Our receivers should be able to get open more often. Besides DJ Moore. Yeah. I get what you're saying, but come on now. We have a better defense or a better offense to score more than 18 fucking points against Philly and 10 against Dallas in the first 3 quarters. Fuck it. I'm tired of it.
I agree with that. I mean, I was just trying to make you feel better about it.
Now, I don't think that we're out, okay? I don't think we're out and we're not going to be, because the defense is still there, even without 4 fucking players, 4 of our best players. I still think our season's there. I don't think we're out of it. I think we're a playoff team, but...
I'm about to say, because y'all had the easiest schedule. One of the easiest. Y'all had the easiest schedule coming in the season. Yeah. Like, who do you play next week?
Yeah. The Vikings. That's going to be tough.
Okay. Defensively, you're going to want McCaffrey for the Vikings. Mm-hmm. That's going to be just as tough as the Eagles' defense was. Mm-hmm. So, but like, y'all have already played a couple decent. Like, y'all probably don't have that many, like, oh wow, tough teams to play at this point. Do you?
Tampa twice. Patriots. Cardinals.
Tampa's got a sus defensive back, though. So if y'all... And they're... Actually, damn, you're right. I can't say anything about it.
Oh, yeah, their front seven's going to fucking be in the backfield most of the time.
Yeah, they probably will. They held us to negative rushing yards. So, yeah, you're probably right.
It's sad. It's sad. All right, I'm not going to be that fan and just bag on us after one lot. We were expected to lose the Dallas game. I even thought it. That was fine. I'm not mad. I wasn't mad at that. Yeah, Dallas is good. Dallas is a fucking great team.
Well, it was like a great offense versus a great defense. I thought it'd be. Mm-hmm. I thought you had a good chance to win.
And they scored 36. Granted, 2 interceptions.
It's fine. You guys are fine.
Okay. All right. So
we agree. I can't believe the whole McCaffrey thing. It's a little weird to me.
I want. All right. Look. Okay. So next topic, we're gonna go with the Patriots. Okay. Yay. So are the Patriots a playoff team? When they, you said it. I'm gonna let you handle this topic. They should have lost to the Texans. James, this is another James topic. Yep. He wanted to talk about this. So are the Patriots a playoff team still?
Yeah, so you're right. We definitely should have lost that fucking game. And James, shout out to James, also made a good point. The Patriots in that game were like the Eagles. We had no business winning that fucking game. We got outplayed. They had more yards than we did. They were more productive offensively, I think, for most of the game. Davis Mills had his best game as a rookie. Pretty damn good game. He had over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
He's not bad.
He's not bad. He's not bad. They just have mainly one guy to throw to, and Brandon Cook. We kind of shut Cooks down, but he had 2 other guys that were just kicking our secondary's ass. We couldn't stop. We got mossed one play and for a touchdown. Flea flicker, you probably saw it, but he had a good game. I mean, they outplayed us. They had more yards, the whole 9. We had 2 turnovers. They didn't have any. Like, we should have fucking lost. However, our fourth quarter was damn near perfect. I think they almost had negative yards in the fourth quarter. They didn't get a single third down conversion. The first half, their first drive took over 10 minutes, and they scored. They had 6 third down conversions and 2 fourth down conversions. So we really flipped the script the fourth quarter. I'll say it. Special teams matters. Our special teams outplayed theirs, and I think that's what did it. Because we had a block punt, which set us up for short field, which we still didn't get any yards. So we got a field goal. But still, that was crucial. And then we had, we almost had a return recovery because they fumbled a return. We almost recovered that. Mm-hmm. Gave them short field, made them punt quick. And then Nick Folk was like the kicker of the week. I think he had 4. I think he had 4 or 5 field goals, and they ended up getting a game winner in the end. So, like, special teams is what did it. To be honest,
always been
nothing
specialty though.
Yeah, I know, but like in the end, we're happy to win. But you asked me, he was like, I didn't watch much of that game. How'd you feel about it? All I said was, I'm disappointed because it's the Texans. Like y'all barely beat them, but y'all had, y'all had a pretty good excuse. Y'all were pretty injured. I thought we had an excuse too. We had 4 starting offensive linemen out, both guards, both tackles. They did pretty fucking good. We only gave up 1 sack.
You're playing the Texans.
I know. Well, hey, backups versus shitty players. It's the same thing.
Okay.
So they only gave up 1 sack. They did okay. The thing I'm mainly disappointed about is our defense. I mean, if you watch the first half, I don't think we really stopped them. They didn't punt until like late in the third quarter.
Right.
They just scored on every play, and one drive it took them 2 plays to get 60 yards and a touchdown. And like I said, the first drive it took 10 minutes, but they marched down, got 75 yards. Like they could do whatever they want on third down. Third down defense scared the shit out of me against the Texans. That could be a problem. But we won, and it's nice to win a close game. 3 games I wanted to include into this. We lost to the Bucks 17-19. Doesn't get much closer than that. Game-winning field goal, hit the fucking post. What can you do? Week 1, lost to the Dolphins 16-17. In field goal range, they were not stopped. We were getting 7 yards of play, and we fucking fumbled with like a couple minutes left. Game over. So coming down the wire, we actually were able to drive down, not turn the ball over, kick a field goal for a game winner with like 18 seconds left. So it felt good to win a close game. But it shouldn't have been a close game because it's the fucking Texans, and they're probably going to win about 4 games all year.
They won't be the worst in the league, though.
They won't. Well, no, they got the Jags in their division, so that's 2.
Yep.
So, I'm disappointed, but I'm happy that we won, and I'm happy that Mac Jones got a complete game-winning drive that actually worked out this time. So, other than that, it's,
So I'm going to ask you this. Can Mac Jones lead the offense and make it to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Or can the team make it to the playoffs in general?
Yeah, they can, because we haven't played our best football yet.
You got a hard schedule. Bills twice.
Let's take a look at it, okay?
Right. Panthers.
We play the Cowboys next week.
Yep.
Tough game.
Yep.
I think if we play our best, we can win because I'm waiting for it. I'm just waiting. If we're healthy, we'll see. If we get our line back, and our defense plays, first off, we all have 2 starting cornerbacks out. We had Jonathan Jones and Jalen Mills both out. 2 starting cornerbacks out. We get them back. Give me at least the tackles or give me 2 of those starting offensive linemen back. Just 2 of them. They can be the same side. I don't care. We got a chance to win. We can't turn the ball over. We turn the ball over every fucking game. And our defense has to be better on third down. And we can beat good teams. So I think if we do better on third down defense as the season progresses and limit turnovers, we could be a playoff team.
How are you going to beat Dallas?
Exactly that.
Defense or offense?
Well, we'll have to win with offense. Mac Jones will have to be probably damn near perfect. But our defense is good enough to slow down their offense. I agree. I think 100% they are.
I'd say Dallas' secondary is better than Tampa and Miami. And y'all only scored 17 to 19 points on both of those.
Yeah, we're consistent. So we'll score 17 or 19 there. All I do is just not give up. 17 or 19.
Against probably the second best offense in the league.
At least give me this. You think it'll be a smoke show or something?
No.
Because it'll at least be a close game.
I didn't think we would win.
I am trusting Mac Jones after the last few weeks to play clutch because he has. So if he has an opportunity, to win the game for us, I think we'll win. We got Cowboys. I think we'll win. You think we'll lose. We got the Jets. That's a win. Then we got the fucking Chargers. Look at this. Look at this in a row.
Oh, I know.
Okay?
Trust me, I know.
Chargers, Panthers, Browns. Fuck me.
That was my next point. Yep.
It's fucking hard.
I have check schedule hard games.
So, it might be a rough stretch, but, hey, I'm aiming for a wild card, okay? Then we got the Falcons. That's a win. The Titans, they're overrated. They're not that great. We can beat them. We got the Bills. I'm sorry. We're going to beat the Bills at least once this year. I'd be shocked if we didn't.
It's the best team in football.
Then we got the Colts. Great defense. That'll be a tough game. Then we got the Bills again. Probably going to lose one of them. Then we got the Jags. Poor Jags. And then we got a revenge game against the Dolphins. If we can squeak out in that one stretch, starting this week, it goes for the next 5 weeks, we play the Cowboys, Chargers, Panthers, and Browns. If we can win 2 of those games, I think we can go to the playoffs. Just 2 of them.
I think y'all will get to the playoffs just because the AFC is not very good in general, in my opinion.
Overall, there's top dogs, and then there's everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're like we're like that one team that's like just above. Yeah. You're right.
So I think y'all will squeak into the playoffs. However, Hard schedule. Okay, it's going
a
to be tough.
fucking schedule.
I don't see y'all winning a game against the
Chargers,
Bills.
Browns.
The Bills. Browns, no. Chargers, no. Bills, no. Panthers, not really.
Listen. Last year we had a shitty team, and we almost beat the Bills, if not for a turnover by Cam Newton with like 30 seconds left.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm just saying,
I know,
we're really close to being like 4-1 or something. We really are.
I really think this Dallas thing, your fans coming out, and not the true fan for that game.
We
There's
can't
no
play. If we
way
play like we
in
did
hell.
against the Texans, we'll get killed. If we play like we did against the Bucks, we have a great chance.
I was about to bring that up.
It depends on which team shows up.
You were playing the Bucks and Brady, and Bill Belichick knows how to fuck him up,
So Bill Belichick knows how to fuck up everybody.
but not like that. You limited that fucker to 11 points on the week that I needed him to score at least 13. I mean, and he fucked me. So no, Bill Belichick knew how to beat him. So I'm pretty sure why. You only scored 17 points on them.
The answer to this whole question depends on what team shows up, because even in the game, you can take the Texans game. First 3 quarters, wow, we couldn't beat the fucking Jaguars. We played that bad. Fourth quarter, it was like, I don't know, like a 17-0 run. The whole and then we turned it on.
Yeah.
Depends on which fucking team shows up and if we can play the whole game. If we lose, though, it will be because third down defense. And it'll be because turnovers on offense. Because we turn the ball over.
You're not worse in the league. Jags.
We're fucking close.
I know.
Are we?
Yeah.
I didn't look, man. We got to be close. So we can do it. It's just going to be really tough. I'm going to have a stressful fucking season. But yeah, I mean, can they make the question is they're going to make playoffs? Yeah, I think we can get the wild card.
You got 7 playoff teams, 3 being wild cards. Yes, y'all will. Y'all will beat the Dolphins.
We'll get it, I think.
The next time, y'all are going to beat the Jets twice. That's 3 wins right there.
So it'll be a stressful fucking season, but
y'all
I
will
think
be
we can
fine.
do it.
I mean, I'm probably the third wild card team's probably going to be fucking 6-12 with the AFC. So
it won't be that bad. Come on,
y'all will
man.
be fine. All right.
Won't be that bad.
So our last and final topic, John Gruden. And it's going to be a quick one. John Gruden email came out, sexual comments, racist comments, just misconduct in general on a work email dated back when he was at the ESPN.
That's the part that annoys me most.
Work email.
We don't agree with the shit he said, right?
No.
But I do respect John Gruden as a coach. He's a tenured coach. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. He has great respect. He had great respect from their GM after a 10-year deal, $100 million deal. Are you fucking kidding me? We didn't even give Bill Belichick that fucking deal.
No.
So it's just, the only thing that I don't want to laugh, but he did all this on email. I mean, if you're going to be a fucking asshole, right, and you're going to be racist and misogynistic, whatever he was, you don't do it on a text to, like, the NFLPA. You don't do it on your work fucking laptop computer on email, right? You just, hey, you can't even say it out loud sometimes. Like, I don't know, he just wasn't thinking. I don't know if he didn't think he would ever be found, like, maybe if he wasn't going to be a coach, they probably would never have found this because he'd just be working for ESPN,
Right.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe he felt safe that he I'm not going to have to worry about, all this again, getting a job.
The thing is, this wasn't just one email. It was multiple over a 10-year
It was
period.
a chain. Yeah, it was a chain. Yeah.
Racist, misogynistic, anti-gay language. So he came out with the quote after this was all found. I love the Raiders and do not want to be a distraction. Thank you to all the players, coaches, staffs, and fans of Raider Nation. I'm sorry, I never meant to hurt anyone. He didn't mean. I mean, he meant the. He probably meant the shit, but he didn't think it was going to come publicly. So sucks.
To be fair, he shouldn't have used the words that he used. But I don't like Roger Goodell either. I'm not going to use the words he said because he's a little bit off on that. But if you read the emails, he was being defensive for the players over Goodell and, that near lockout they had in 11 and everything. So he was defending the NFL players and the teams and coaches just in a very, very harsh way.
Yeah, which I mean, he's a very emotional coach, so I can see him doing that.
Yeah, I can see him sitting on his laptop right now with that Chucky face,
Yep.
just going ham. Yeah.
So, really quick though, Mark Davis released a short statement, the owner of the Raiders, saying that assistant coach Rich Bisaccia, maybe I don't know.
I got to take a look at this fucking guy.
I don't know how to say his last name. Is going to be the interim head coach.
Yep.
Do you think it's going to affect him at all? The Raiders in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
Was he is that the guy, the offense coordinator?
Just assistant head coach.
It's going to affect him because I know damn well John Gruden is in Derek Carr's fucking ear before every other play.
He is.
And the guy, he's a guru. He's like an Andy Reid. He's a quarterback guru. It's going to affect them because it's going to affect Derek Carr.
It will. I mean, I didn't think they're going to win the AFC West in general.
No, but
they are a playoff team.
Has a chance.
They're
a wild card team. Yeah.
So yeah, it sucks. It's gonna hurt them a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna kill them, but it's gonna hurt, and it's definitely gonna hurt Derek Carr. That does suck for him.
Look at morale on the team too, and go, damn, our coach did all that. You know what I mean?
He's a good coach. The players love him.
They have the only openly gay player in the NFL, and Carl Nassib on their team, and he was being anti-gay. So I don't know.
That does suck. I think they'll be okay though in general. I mean, they'll make the playoffs and be a playoff caliber team.
Yeah.
But all right, so that was episode 49. Next week we're gonna do some special occasion for episode 50. Right.
Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski on the phone.
Yep. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
That'll ever happen. Anything else for the viewers?
$10 says the Patriots beat the Cowboys on Sunday. I won a lot of cash on Sunday, so I got money to spend. So, $10. If they lose, I'll give it to you live on the recording.
All right, Cowboys versus Patriots. We got a $10 bet.
I got none to lose. We're negative,
Well, so that's going to be interesting. I think the Panthers will bounce back. All the Panther fans out there are saying that we suck and we won't ever do anything with our franchise. Well, you know how that shit goes. Shut up. And that's all I got. Yeah. Didn't have our beer, sadly.
No beer.
No.
Ran out. Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Tune in next week for our bet and episode 50 of The Extra Point. And we'll catch you later.